Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on Fantastic Talks, bringing you back another Dragon Ball discussion video for you guys today, and joining me on this occasion is Scourge and Tim.
Yo.
Hello.
We told you guys we were going to come back and do a discussion video on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. The game has been out for a good, couple months now? Over a month and a half now?
Month or two.
Yeah.
Just over a month.
We said we'd come back and do a review, and we're here to deliver. Gonna be honest, we haven't really done any notes or anything like that. We just thought we'd come together and sort of wing it and sort of
just
say what's on our mind,
right off
sort
the
of
top
thing.
of our
Like
heads.
so.
What comes to mind when you bring up Dragon Ball Sparking Zero?
Sparking Zero.
That's what this is.
It's been so like we said, it's been a good a month and a bit, month and a half.
Played a fair bit.
We've played a fair bit now. It's been out for a while. It's had a couple of patches since then now. I've only just recently finished the story mode, as you guys may have known if you guys have seen my gameplay videos.
Same here.
And you literally just recently finished it.
I finished it.
I still haven't.
Have you not? I was gonna say, where are you? You haven't said anything.
I've just been chipping away at it. I don't really know where I am in the story. I've been going between different stories and different characters, but I don't think I've completed any of them really.
We're gonna try and do this in segments. We'll start with the game. Should we start with the gameplay, then online mode, then story, or vice versa, something like that?
It might not hurt to do it in the order that the actual game is in. So
Yeah.
we can do gameplay, story,
And online.
custom.
You want to talk about story?
little.
Just the what ifs then, basically.
Mainly, yeah. Like I mean,
the presentation as a whole, because I've got some things to say.
I've got some opinions on how they did the story, the way it was represented, and how things were delivered, and missed opportunities as well for what ifs.
Fair.
I definitely want to get down to. So, gameplay. What did we think?
Gameplay wise, I think it is relatively Tenkaichi-like-esque. I don't know if it hits all the marks in some areas, and I think it's more to do with the actual AI mechanics and how they kind of screw you over.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of pick up the pace a little bit more. I feel like there was more leeway in the PS2 games, that you were able to fuck up more. It feels like if you do in this game, you get severely punished for it, but
I think so this is what's going to probably drive
it's
me.
faster too.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
This is what what's going to sort of drive me into the story mode a little bit. I'm going to link the game play and the story mode, because the story mode, I feel like the gameplay was just so hard when you're fighting certain bosses. Like Raditz straight away was so difficult.
Yeah.
Like
especially trying to get the alternate route
to take him down quick enough.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't do that boss properly. I had to go into tutorial mode and really learn the mechanics. No, that's what I did, because my first gameplay video, if you guys have seen, I did my first time playing Sparking Zero, where I wanted to go straight into Doom mode and see what I could figure out, see what sort of comes back to me from the PS2 days.
Yeah.
Completely different experience. Completely different experience.
It's interesting though, because we play on different control schemes as well.
That's right.
Yes.
So you play on the classic control scheme, which caters more to the old school Tenkaichi fans.
Yeah.
I play to the what's it called? The
standard. It was a standard, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's what we're on.
Yeah. So me and Scourge are on the standard gameplay, which more caters towards the Raging Blast
Formula.
Yeah.
Which works for the most part.
There's just a lot of new mechanics.
Yeah.
That are
there's a lot of.
You have to know them. They expect you to learn these, and it makes it sort of feel not like either Raging Blast or Tenkaichi.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad is so much faster than Raging Blast, which is what killed me. I don't know if it's faster than Tenkaichi. I haven't played that for a while. I remember Tenkaichi being a lot faster than Raging Blast, to be fair. But
I think it tried to have its quickness of Tenkaichi 3.
Yeah.
But this one is just up to scale.
Yeah. I mean, as you guys know, the gameplay did take me a while to get used to. In fact, it put me off the game entirely for a good week. I had to step away from my game. But once I got back into it, I had adjusted and I was able to react appropriately, and the story was giving me a lot less shit. But that initial... Anyone that's thinking of getting Sparking Zero has probably already got this and probably already experienced this, but if you go into this expecting a Tenkaichi game, you are going to get your ass kicked so hard.
Yeah, I think that was the idea I had, the mindset I had.
Yeah.
Expecting Tenkaichi style of gameplay to see what came back to me, but...
Is that not a little bit disappointing?
I don't think so, because I'm glad that they took the Tenkaichi formula and built upon it rather than just rather than just gave it to us as it was, but just HD'd it.
I guess it depends what you're looking for, because I know a lot of people who are going into this expecting it to be like Tenkaichi 3 exactly, so I imagine they might be a little bit pissed off. So
I think like it was good that it didn't feel like too much like a Tenkaichi game. Like, it's obviously Tenkaichi-esque inspired, it's faithful to the Tenkaichi games, but it still feels fresh, it still feels new, it still feels unique,
innovative.
So it gives you a different feel to it, and and eventually when you learn the mechanics, it does get fun. It does get more enjoyable.
I don't think anyone can dumb this down to saying it's just Tenkaichi but with better graphics. There is more to it.
Yeah.
Which I like and I dislike.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the difficulty curve of trying to get used to that game was so sheer. And I don't think they really made that clear. I mean, I don't know, it's just as much my fault as it is the game's fault at that point. Because I was expecting a different experience. So
on the plus side, though, I'd say that with the different new control schemes and new stuff they've introduced, one thing I always struggled with in Tenkaichi and Raging Blast was getting in on the opponent. I always found that there wasn't enough methods to get to them fast, and I feel like they added more. Because they don't just have the
Z dash.
Yeah, that's round the back.
Dash,
It's not just that, but they also give you like the X square teleport vanish, and that's really useful to get in on them.
Really is,
Yeah.
I feel like I was using that more.
Same.
Sometimes,
that seemed to be ripped straight out of Fighters.
It was.
And a Budokai 3 thing.
Kind of.
If you knew how to teleport in time,
just
when they were about to hit you,
it's kind of like that.
So that I can respect, and it's just so much. It is very handy, but man, the countering is absolutely difficult.
It is.
If you don't know how to master it, do you know what? In dual mode, I can almost master it just fine. But if it's online or even story mode, I find it difficult. Like this, I think it's called super counter, where you're like dum dum, like to try and get them back at you.
Oh, where you gotta like. Up and punch at the same time.
It's so precise, really precise.
I've more or less got it down on story mode or single player mode, but online, it's near impossible. But that's because online, no matter how good your internet is, I've discovered there's always going to be some degree of latency.
Yeah, for sure.
So it is just so difficult to get that down on.
It's one of the biggest things that people have been complaining about online that I've seen. Due to like
the counters
and like how if you don't time it right to try and play it in advance with delays online, it's just impossible to try and do.
The perception is a lot easier to use.
Which one's the perception?
I don't know what control scheme it is for you.
Is it the grab thing?
It's that button.
The circle for us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you mean? Does that count as what is that really? It's like a perfect block, I guess.
Basically, it blocks any kind of physical attacks that come towards you, or it gives you a counter for them, which is arguably broken when you say it, but
it's not.
Then you like hold it.
Yeah. For
a little bit. If you still got to time the holding thing. But I think it takes a little bit of key, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I remember that.
I found myself using that a lot.
Because that's what helps you with the beam struggles. Not beam struggles, the beam deflects, I think.
Yeah, it's that same button for the beam deflects, which I don't use because I don't know the benefit of it.
I find that...
I think it just powers up your next super. I'm not entirely
sure. See, I forget I can do that, the deflection thing, but I just move out the way because it's just to play it safe.
That's what I mean. It's
so many of the attacks home in on you.
Yeah, they do. It's insane.
Yeah, so I just
so many beams.
Now.
Yeah, it's just bad.
I just block or deflect.
I can...
Ultimates are unblockable now, though.
They are. I've noticed that a lot lately. It's insane. Some of them come in so fast. I can never teleport out the way in time. Ever. It is absolutely difficult.
Yeah.
It actually is a very challenging game.
Yeah, that's another thing. For speed wise, it's not just that the characters are moving faster. Attacks come at you so fast. I'm trying to get beam struggles because they're cool.
Yeah.
But trying to fire a beam out, they've got to be a long way away to comfortably be able to launch mine at the same.
Yeah.
Because they travel really fast.
The thing is though, that see, one thing I loved about Raging Blast and the original Tenkaichi games is that they knew when to fire a beam when you're waiting for them to fire you at you, and then I could fire mine straight away to do the beam struggle.
Yeah, usually a computer, if you're firing a beam at a distance, they'll
fire it back at you.
Basically, the
But
AI,
Sparking Zero doesn't do that at all.
No.
the AI in the old games wanted you to have fun playing a Dragon Ball game. This AI feels like it wants you to suffer, at all times.
Just to kick your ass.
I feel like the AI does need a little bit of a patch for that.
Yeah.
Sort of in that sense,
Just early on, in the early on story mode, like later on the story mode, it's fine. So like for the what if modes for like Trunks and Jiren, not what if, just their standard story, but I guess it can as well. I think it's fine because they're challenges you earn for playing the game. So I think it's fair to make those harder.
Yeah.
And I did find them a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Because of it. But like we said early on, that first Raditz fight and the Namek Frieza shit you had to go
with
through.
Piccolo.
Yeah.
That was insane. If you guys have seen my video on that, Jesus Christ. I don't think I ever finished it properly.
Did you know?
I don't think I did. I actually can't remember.
I got all the routes.
I think I did it off screen just so I could get the fucking ending.
Okay.
Like, because it just took too long.
There's just a lot of story mode parts that, like, they're very lengthy and they make you fight like multiple characters when you're just one guy.
Yeah, because the why this one thing that did take me out of the story mode and what took me out of getting the what ifs, why was most of the what if conditions to unlock the what if was to beat them very
quickly.
fast.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a couple where it wasn't like that. Where there was one where with Goku you defeat Frieza but don't kill him with a spirit bomb.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it conditions like that?
Yeah. There was some that were conditions where there was one that I got accidentally. It was like don't get caught by a character's solar flare. I can't even remember who it was.
Yeah, I think I did that by accident.
Yeah, I did that
At
by
one
accident
point.
because I had wild sense on.
Yeah.
So I just teleported around it. I was like, okay, wild sense dodges solar flare. Cool.
Yeah.
So I did that by accident, and I was like, okay, that's cool. So it gives me specific
Conditions
to do it for. But because most of them, as you say, are just do fight quickly. And the only dependable way I found of doing this quickly, because the AI is so bullshit at times.
Sparking mode?
Sparking mode.
Yeah.
Sparking
Yeah,
mode.
I noticed a lot of people were doing that, and so I decided to do it. And yeah, because you just go on for ages.
And I tell you, if you want to make a fighting game zero fun, you just spam the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, honestly.
I knew it would devolve into that.
Yeah.
I just had a feeling.
It really sucked. Like, it just kind of just took the fun out of it.
We're not even
It really
talking
did.
about like the Grey 8 fights and shit that was like screwing people
Oh
over.
yeah. Some of that was because that was another what if condition. Because I think my first fight with Great Vegeta wasn't too bad. I did find him a bit like, whoa, shit, okay, yeah, he means business, but he wasn't like difficult, not to me. I think one of the what if routes was, but that was it.
I think for Vegeta, it took me like 3 tries to do. I definitely had more difficulty with a Frieza fight with Goku and Piccolo. There was Jiren's fight, but again, that's like end game stuff. So I'm not giving that game. I'm not giving it shit for being hard then, because that's like towards the end.
You said off screen Goku Black story. Straight away, Goku and Vegeta were really difficult.
Yeah.
With Zamasu and all that.
Yeah, they were tough.
They were insane.
Again, Goku Black, you had to actually no, he was available from the start. Wasn't
He was, I think.
Yes, he was. Okay,
I think so.
yeah, I'll call bullshit on that one then.
I think you had to do a little bit of Goku's story first, and then you had everyone else. I think I'm not sure.
I don't know. No, because you unlock Trunks later.
Yeah, Trunks you get later. Jiren I didn't get till later as well, until I did Tournament of Power for Goku. So yeah.
Oh, and you don't play as Goku Black in Goku Black's arc. You can only play as Rose and then fuse Zamasu. You don't play as standard Goku Black in this storyline, which I found.
Do you
really,
not?
Nope.
You don't, do you?
Nope, just straight.
Was it Rose?
Yeah. I had to play as him in dual mode to find out what his ultimate was.
Yeah, because you don't even fight Goku Super Saiyan 2 as Goku Black.
No.
That's more of an issue with how the story mode is structured, honestly.
Yes.
We could do a whole video on the story mode
and the lacking things that it has.
Should we just mention that? Because I do want to mention a little bit of like the what if opportunities that would have been missed and stuff like that.
We can go into that because we're going to be going back and forth to the combat itself.
Yeah, because now although the what ifs were a struggle to get at times, some of them were really cool. Some of them were
really shit.
Some of them really shit. Some of them were a little bit of a letdown. Some of them were okay. I I liked that Future Trunks, for example, was you got to take him to Tournament of Power, and like his universe didn't get erased.
Yeah.
There was.
I liked the actual narrative struggle that Trunks had, where he saw an opportunity to revive everyone from his timeline, and then had to be kind of like convinced that that wasn't the right wish.
Yeah, because I thought that was gonna what was gonna happen, you know, but like I thought that made sense because Vegeta I think sensed it as well in him.
I thought it was really. Yeah, I thought that was a really nice reason to have Trunks around, and I kind of wish Trunks was in Tournament of Power now.
Yeah. Yeah, he added a whole different perspective because he replaced Frieza essentially, didn't he?
Yeah, he did completely.
But the one thing that was so bummed about Trunks' story was that it was just the Goku Black arc they did. No Android arc. Like you could have had him save Future Gohan. Future Gohan could have been alive. Imagine him kicking about with Goku Black and fighting Boo and stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine the opportunities we could have had for what is for Future Gohan.
Yeah,
and
Trunks
stuff.
versus Dabura.
Yeah.
Trunks versus Dabura.
It should have been that.
Yeah, like what happened with that? And like same with like Gohan's story. Although it was so cool to get Gohan Black, we could have had Gohanks, we could have Gokhan.
These count as completely separate characters, though, don't they? Like Gohan Black's just a skin swap, isn't it? Or
No, he has his own moves.
I think he did have his own moves, didn't he?
does he have like a dark Masenko or something? I don't know.
I think he still has the Black Kamehameha. But
Yeah,
like...
but I think he had.
I haven't seen yet.
He had.
So.
I think his ultimate Gohan move was tweaked a little bit. I don't know if he had that.
Yeah, he has had some.
Or he still has the Scythe move. I'm not sure. But we don't know for sure because we never got to play as him. I don't know why he wasn't playable.
No, you would only be able to mod him into the game
Yeah.
through Steam.
And like.
I think expecting stuff. We've always wanted to see like Gokhan.
There was just so many other what ifs I was expecting, but we just didn't get.
I can understand why we didn't do fusions, because that would have meant making a whole new character model, a whole new moveset, just for a what if that you were going to play for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that would.
It would be cool as hell.
Because Gohan had their orange geese, so that wouldn't have been an issue to make. You would have just slightly changed Gohan's hair a little bit, put the earrings on him, and like.
Yeah, but what's the what if exactly? Because usually doesn't it revolve around a character making a choice? I'll do this or I'll do that.
Not depends.
It depends on the situation.
So sometimes it's just beat the opponent really quickly.
Yeah, because not those like choice things weren't with like every scenario.
I'm trying to figure out what
once in a while
would be.
Because like
he didn't.
It would just be a case of Gohan just catches the earring.
He just doesn't suck balls.
He doesn't miss.
He had his glasses on.
Yeah. Same with like. I think Vegeta's was a big letdown because why did it stop at the Buu Saga? Why did it stop at the Buu Saga?
Gohan's was a big letdown. Why did it start at the androids? At the hyperbolic time chamber.
No Kid Gohan.
Gohan has no relevance before that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think so. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I wasn't in a hurry to fight Frieza for the 13th
Because he didn't
time.
have, he didn't have big fights on Namek apart from Goku and Frieza. I mean, he had his big Frieza moments. That's the thing.
Yeah, he had
the big Frieza moments.
He had the big enough screen presence. Like he even fought Vegeta.
Yeah.
You could have started him. You could have started him at Nappa or Vegeta.
You could have,
but you should have at least had him start off with Frieza.
No base Grey Ape.
Yeah, but they had him in the cutscene with Vegeta. That's what was so weird. And Vegeta's Tournament Power what ifs was through Gohan's story. Weirdly, I think because you had Vegeta and Gohan team up to fight Toppo and Jiren and stuff. So why was you only got to see a bit of Vegeta's Tournament Power story through someone else's story?
Bruh.
That's what didn't make sense.
The whole story mode is lacking because there's movie characters and everything that should have had story modes.
Yeah,
that's my biggest complaint because all these what if scenarios that you could have had.
Could have been the movies.
Because some of the movies, that was their big...
Or GT.
Yeah.
And they had, unlike the other fusions that you mentioned, they would have had to create new assets, but the characters are already in the game.
I think it would have been pretty cool if the movies themselves had what if branches, though. Because if the movies were the branch, then they wouldn't branch off further, would they? That's not how it works in the game. It's usually just a branch, 2 missions, end.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been better.
There were some big branches in, like Goku's had like a decent amount. I think.
Sagas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I miss that they've got this character-based structure like Budokai 3.
Yeah, which I didn't mind because in Sparking Zero at least it was a bit more detailed, but even then,
I kind of miss the sagas.
Yeah.
Just select your saga and go in, and there's your what ifs.
Yeah, and then just play as each character that were involved in the
that
story.
specific mission.
Yeah.
I did kind of like how the story mode was structured, though. It was just one big spiral.
Universal map. I don't know how it was hard to place what the map actually looks like.
Basically, every character was on that one spiral, one map.
I
But
get
it just
that,
had different sections, and it just spiraled until it hit Tournament of Power.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Speaking of movies, I think
No Broly.
Yeah, no Broly, but the only other movie character that was involved was in Frieza's story and had Cooler in it.
Yeah.
But which was
Where
really...
was anyone else?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, why was he the only movie character that was the exception?
Through.
Yeah, which was really cool. Didn't talk much, unfortunately.
He had no lines.
And you even got to pick King Cold, but King Cold, you don't get to fight him. You don't get to fight as him as long.
Yeah.
Because he gets kicked out. I think off the tournament because I don't know who it was you fought. I think
Kale.
Was it Kale?
Yeah.
Somehow kicks you out.
Kale or Khalifa, one of them.
And then Frieza comes in. It's like, oh man, didn't get to fight him for as long as enough.
Yeah.
So there could have been a bit more there, but I still liked what they did with Frieza.
Yeah.
But again, if Vegeta's story went into the Dragon Ball Super sort of timeline, come on, that was their perfect opportunity to finally give us Vegeta beating Frieza on Resurrection F, or Vegeta turning God against Beerus instead of Goku.
I'm surprised those weren't in it.
Why weren't they in there? And why did it only go up to Tournament Power? Why not to Broly or Superhero? I mean, Superhero, fair enough because DLC, but
there shouldn't be DLC.
Come on, why are they DLC? And Jesus Christ, they're actually making a big thing out of Diamond for DLC. 2 packs of that.
Yeah.
Diamond better be worth it.
Yeah.
We're only halfway, not even almost halfway into the show yet.
And Xenoverse and Kakarot against Diamond.
Yeah. Diamond better be end on a high note. Jesus Christ. They better give us some good characters. They better be worth the
They're probably not.
Yeah.
Probably just putting it in because it's the newest
Jesus
thing.
Christ, see, just going back on the movie characters. Now, I remember you saying off screen that you thought that they were pointless being in the game because they weren't involved in the story mode. Now,
it's not that they were pointless. It's that I hated how such an afterthought they were.
Yeah.
It felt like the only reason why they were put into the game was because it was just to shut fans up, basically.
Yeah. Fill the
past
quota.
that, they were given no love, no attention, and no screen time.
Yeah,
they just existed.
It's a shame.
Which I think is kind of like. Oh, don't get me wrong. I will forever be glad that they were released in it.
Yeah.
Especially GT.
Yeah. A lot of people would have hated them not being in it.
Oh, exactly, yeah. But
it would have just been too supercentric.
But it just felt like it still feels like too supercentric anyway, and it just feels like it was a bunch of people sitting in the board meeting saying, "Shall we put movies on GT?" And then they all kind of went,
"Go on."
Man. Makes you wonder when they would have implemented them in.
Yeah, really, I was pretty sure they were going to be in it from the start, but it does feel like, were they only just in it were they put in it after the game was announced? Were they put into it
just to see how people would react.
Yeah.
What people would want to actually see.
Which is weird, because don't get me wrong, I know the movies in GT are not the highest point of the series, but the characters themselves are still beloved, and they're still fun to play as.
And it gives us more variety to play as.
Exactly.
They're still fun characters. They were really cool characters.
Outside of the movie characters, in terms of villains, who do you really have? You have a few androids, Frieza, some of his men that no one like.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. At least with the movies in GT, that they were a bit more...
Boo and his 15 forms.
Yeah, they were more. At least there was more of a variety. They were more unique villains, especially with Wheeler and such, and like Janemba and.
Sad, no story mode.
Yeah, or no inclusion of them somehow to put them in. You know,
especially Broly. Super Broly.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I can understand for everyone else. But if it was really weird how one of the big selling points was around Broly, they wasted no time announcing that Super Broly.
That's what I mean. The marketing scheme was really weird.
He's over pre-order bonus.
He's on the cover.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get it. Yeah, what the fuck? He was a statue, wasn't he?
Yeah.
With Ultra Instinct Goku.
You didn't even get that what if either.
We were saying
Ultra Instinct versus Broly.
I was so sure that was
in the game.
Yeah, the decision fuse with Vegeta or go it alone.
Yeah,
Goku goes it alone.
Ultra Instinct. Yeah,
It makes you think they were going to be in the story, but they weren't.
it's wild that it's not in the story.
It's very wild.
It's just the fact they made such a big deal out of them.
Yeah, I don't like that it ended at Tournament of Power.
You know, like.
No.
Yeah, it was just weird they were going with it with Broly and Vegeta for the marketing, and they just were just there just for, I guess, to catch people's attention because they were like the biggest characters at the time.
Why no Gogeta in Tournament of Power? That would be cool, right?
Because like,
Hey, fucking Kefla was allowed to do it.
That could have been a fusion you could have had, like, mate,
Vegeta versus Jiren.
if Beast Gohan wasn't DLC, you could have had Beast Gohan in Tournament of Power somehow.
Yeah.
Imagine him in Goku's gi with Beast Gohan.
I think that's the thing that pisses me off the most with Sparking Zero is there's a lot of like, imagine if they'd have, or they should have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was no Kefla versus Gohan either as a what if.
No.
Could have had a manga reference.
Manga reference.
I mean, this was always going to be the case. No matter what ifs they put in, we were never going to be 100% satisfied. I understand that.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, we know Dragon Ball a bit too much.
Yeah, we want like a gajillion what ifs.
Yeah. Like, it would never be 100% perfect. But the story mode was lacking.
Yeah.
It still was lacking, even though there was some decent what if routes.
Yeah. And if I may move past the actual content itself.
Sure.
The presentation.
Oh, well.
What, with...
Do you mean like the menus and stuff?
No, I mean of the story mode.
The cutscene?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a PowerPoint presentation.
It really was.
I think I remember you said that. Yeah.
A lot of them were just static screens and the characters just talking to each other, and the the combat scenes, they like kind of move into each other, and then it's just free shots move on to
I wonder if that was just their way of just sort of working their. It was like
I think they were just trying to get through it quick.
Yeah. Because there was just so much to do for it that they wanted to make sure they wanted to get the gameplay perfect.
I didn't care because we know the story.
Yeah.
So I was just like mash through it.
I know, but it's pretty bad when Xenoverse 2 CGI cutscenes are 20 tiers above.
For sure,
they actually put some detail into the story mode for that still. It's insane.
And Xenoverse 2 is all what ifs.
Yeah. But they'd have to like hand animate every single cutscene and shit, and it'd take them forever. They're never going to be that cool, Yeah.
But
it's a shame.
In every game, as far back as I can remember, Goku first turning Super Saiyan was always a moment in any any Dragon Ball game. In this one, it didn't feel like anything.
No.
Yeah.
Same with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It really just felt different. And the first person mode.
Weirdly tacked on.
It wasn't.
Who wanted that?
What was the purpose?
What
to put you there. You're Goku.
But I'll at least say that, although static, they had some cool camera angles going on to showcase what's going on. The first person mode, I barely touched it. And every time I did, it was just like, it's just characters looking at each other and they appear to be further away than
weird. The first person thing was barely in it anyway. It was just Goku, Trunks had it too, but that was it.
I think all of them had it.
They showed it in the trailer.
I think Gohan may have. Yeah.
Goku's first
all
person.
The characters had it. It was just shit.
Goku's first person during Cell exploding was shown in the trailer, and I tested that in game, and it's just something I noticed that I thought was really funny and weird is that Cell and Gohan, Cell's like Warp and Gohan, in the anime, they're like down there, off over the fucking valley.
Yeah.
But in the cutscene, they're like a couple of paces ahead of Krillin and the others.
Yeah.
So when Goku does the big, see you guys, I'm now over there, I'm like a couple of feet away. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
So it looked funny in first person. I realised, like, holy shit, like...
The only time I would say it paid off was when Goku was dying on the floor against Raditz.
Yeah.
If you go in first person view of him, he's like visions all blurry and it's like cool. And I was thinking, just like cool. The best thing I can say about this first person mode is when it's all blurry and you can't see shit.
Yeah,
that's the most appealing part of it.
Just going back on those movie characters and all that. Yeah, because I feel like I'm glad they were in it, but I feel like them not being in the story is why custom battles are a thing. Because custom battle, like you have so many people just do all types of different kind of what ifs. Now, I like the idea of custom battles. It was cool. You get to create your own little what if, blah blah. That's cool. I like that we have that. I really do. But damn, it is so overwhelming trying to make one.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've only made one because like I was just trying to find what I could do.
Do they give you a lot of choice?
A lot of
amount.
That's
an
great
insane
then,
amount.
sure,
It's insane. It's a great amount, but man,
Actually,
it's hard to pinpoint what you want to.
Yeah.
You want to get the right type of dialogue, but man, it's so hard.
Actually, I would say the only amount of it's really overwhelming amount of stuff in terms of the dialogue that you can pick from.
Yeah.
Rather than the actual like cinematics choices you have.
Yeah.
You're not that there's a decent amount.
Yeah, yeah.
There. I think that's fine.
I've seen some. Yeah.
But trying to find the right dialogue options because you can't type your own thing for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to do.
I know why you can't, but there are easier ways around it
Yes.
rather than just having
Yes.
a load of preset ones.
Yes.
With which there are literally thousands of them.
Thousands.
And you're trying to scroll through. Well, I tried to make one episode. I was just trying to find a single line, just something Monday. And it just took me so long.
Yeah.
I was so bored
And the
scanning through. And I was convinced, like, I probably passed the line some time ago.
Yeah.
But my eyes just kind of glazed over. I was just like, I'm
I'm trying to make one and going through all those lines. And the only thing is like, you have the theme song of Sparking Zero playing over and over again. It's like, oh fuck me, you have to mute the thing, and like, yeah, it's just. I just wish, there was a way to type a line in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They didn't put that because maybe they were worried about putting swear words and stuff like that in it and inappropriate things. But it's like, but you can have the AI block that, surely.
Yeah.
You would think that would.
Like, come on, that's not a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Or treat it like a search bar. You know, you type in what you want and it will give you the closest result to that thing.
Yeah. So I really hope that's something that they'll add later. Because the idea of custom battles is a very clever mode. Very clever mode. I hope that can be a thing for as long as they can do a Dragon Ball game for.
Yeah, because I tried making the Gohan versus Kefla fight.
Yeah, see, I was trying to do a Gohan versus Broly fight because I was trying to do a custom battle where what I've noticed in certain custom battles where you do a little fight and then it just suddenly blacks out.
Yeah.
And then it goes to a different cutscene. Then it goes into the fight again, does a super move, then it cuts back to the cutscene. I'm like. How are people making this? I can't seem to make this for some reason. I'll just do an opening thing, a fight, then end it.
Yeah.
How are people making this a bit more sophisticated?
It is a little bit more complicated, yeah. Because you unlock
That's what I find overwhelming about it.
You unlock more options the more you make.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't seen because I haven't messed around with it that much, but I do find it funny and kind of sad that like when you guys get to grips with it, the first thing you want to do is add shit that should have already been in the game from the jump.
Yeah.
That's a little bit depressing.
Yeah.
I love what I have seen. Like I've seen like the Teen Gohan versus Broly, which is a dream I've always wanted since I was a teenager.
Yeah. And there's already like a load pre-made by the developers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like really random ones with Masturbation Kid Goku and stuff like that.
I hated that.
You have like I've seen like people do like Bardock against Frieza, Cooler, and King Cold or something like that. Something like that. I'm not sure. I think people have done some really weird ones of like Kefla and Videl and something was inappropriate in it or something like that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like how they made the dialogue work to make it seem weird. I don't know. I've seen something pop up on Twitter about that, and people were like, "What the fuck? What is wrong with all of you guys or whatever?" But I don't know what it was, so I'm not sure. But yeah, the idea of it is cool, but it is still a bit overwhelming. And I hope they can make it easier later down the line.
Oh yeah, if I may quickly jump back to the story mode again.
Yes.
My thoughts are scrambled. I really should have read
I
it.
just wanted to get out of the way.
Alright.
But the other thing about story mode is that if the conditions together what if modes aren't beat the opponent really quickly, some of them are just you don't know.
Yeah, and you have this like you don't know how quick you have done it.
No,
because
there's no timer.
There's an invisible
Some of them, I will give them credit. Some of them are triggered by voice lines. So you know when the voice line happens, you know, okay, I've screwed up. Start again. Yeah. Start, retry. Fine. Not all of them have that though.
Yeah.
So you finish the battle, you think, did I do it? You go into the next cutscene. For some reason, you can't immediately skip to the next cutscene. You have to wait, play out a little bit, then you skip it, then you go into the next bit, and then if you happen to be like a few bits away from that, you got to slowly scroll back to the mission you were previously at. Then you got to load again. Then you got to load the cutscenes again. Like again, you can't skip immediately for some reason. Then you got to hold square to skip, and then eventually you'll let you back in the fight. Then you do the whole thing again.
Yeah.
It's very clunky.
Really clunky.
And some fights, you know, you can press start, go into the battle details, and it will say, here's the conditions that you got to do for unlocking What If mode. Some of them, though, are fucking outright wrong.
Really?
There's one in the Zamasu arc where you have to fight. See, I see your brain going, I think I know where he's going with this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one you mean.
There's one in the Zamasu arc where it says beat Goku and Vegeta really quickly. Like, okay, done, no worries. Wrong. You have to beat Vegeta quickly, and you have to wait. You have to survive against Goku because he eventually switches out with
Trunks.
Trunks.
Yeah.
And then no, sorry, I have got this wrong. The win condition is get hit by Trunks' sort of home.
Yes.
But it doesn't tell you how to find Trunks because he doesn't come up in a normal fight.
Yeah.
And it does take a long time for him to turn up. So you beat Vegeta really quickly, and then Goku eventually switches out with Trunks, and then you gotta wait for him to do the ult.
So you can miss it.
It's really
No, so you
get hit from it.
You have to be hit by it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
really-
I remember that.
Which is really weird because even in, I don't think that is. No, that's not the What If scenario. That's the main scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The What If scenario is to beat them.
The what if scenario was to avoid the hope slash, but Jesus Christ, he would never do it when I was trying to make him do it.
There, you know, it's funny you say that because I remember there being a couple of other like conditions where they would make you do like the perfect deflect against an attack, and you'd be not specifically Zamasu, just throughout the.
Yeah.
I remember one on Namek against like Frieza or something, and you had to do like a perfect deflect, and like you're just waiting for them to do it.
Yeah.
They never do the super, you know. What I mean?
Yeah.
They murder you before.
That's
that.
what I mean. The AI is just is all over the place.
Yeah.
How it does its attacks, and that's what I find annoying about it. But yeah, it's just God.
I don't know why it was weirdly cryptic. Though.
Yeah.
Everything's weirdly cryptic and not specified, and like you know, you want it. Why isn't there a timer?
Yeah.
Is it so bad to have a timer shown?
Future
like,
Trunks, to try and get the tournament power going with Future Trunks, that was difficult because it was the fight where you had to train with Piccolo and Gohan and Vegeta. Yeah. Jesus Christ, that was so difficult to try and... Because you had to beat them all.
Yeah. Really quick.
Very, very quickly before one of the characters would say something.
Yeah.
And if they started speaking a certain dialogue, you know you failed. It was either Gohan or Trunks, I'm not sure. And if you beat Gohan, like Trunks would say something different. That's how you know you.
All of this
I don't know, like
could have been easily solved with slight little changes, like being able to pause in cutscene. Like as soon as what is it? The in-game transitions to something else, you should have been able to pause and restart. When you beat one area, you know, you said how you have to awkwardly wait, then skip, go back to the menu, go along the fucking thing.
Yeah.
It should have just been like proceed or restart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There is. I don't know if you might have not seen. There is. You don't have to go through the whole map to get back to your fight.
There's a fast travel.
There's a fast travel thing you pop up.
It just feels kind of delayed, doesn't it? Did you ever get that? Where you were pressing on the map, you're like, wait, the fuck? Yeah.
And when I would come out of it and I was trying to click on Goku again, but it accidentally take me down to fucking Goku Black. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to pick you. Oh,
I don't like how they did it.
It's very sensitive, like what you pick. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, so I do think this game could have done with another.
We've been complaining like fuck about.
Yeah, do you know what? This has actually been a bit of a weird review.
Like...
Actually, we're kind of on most of an agreement here with what we thought about the game.
Well, the thing is, it mastered the most important aspect, which was the gameplay.
Yeah.
I don't have, apart from how the AI works in the story mode, I don't have a problem with how the game actually plays.
Yeah, I think it's fairly fine all around.
Yeah. But
when you get into the actual content of the game, I said to you earlier that I had to step back and I had to stop playing it because I've kind of run out of things to do because I didn't want to do the story mode because it was bullshit and I didn't want to do anything else because of other bullshit reasons. I had enough of the game at 16 hours in.
Fuck yeah.
And would you like to know? Here's some statistics for you.
Okay.
On the weekend of release, so it had it's 100% player base.
Yeah.
This is off Steam numbers.
I might have heard this, yeah.
What would you like to know? How many people stopped playing a week or 2 weeks later?
Wasn't there like 90% of players?
Yeah, it was 80 to 90%.
But that was just for Steam players, I think.
That was just Steam. Yeah. I don't know what it is for console players, but isn't that just absolutely damning?
Yeah, it doesn't have longevity.
It's kind of
it doesn't have longevity
sad,
because there's nothing to do in the game.
People were like, we wanted this so bad, and they haven't added enough to make it worth it.
I will say this. No, I am still thankful that we have this game. It is great to see all these characters back and done in a much more unique way of gameplay and stuff like that.
But you can only just
forever be
fights.
grateful.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And I'm one of those fans that love that because whenever I would touch like the Tenkaichi 4 fan game or Tenkaichi 3, I would just, if I wanted to kill some time, I'd go and do a fight and do some unique dialogue and stuff. There was something that was always fun about it. Sparking Zero still gives me that, but yeah, I will agree that after you've done story mode and if you don't know what to do with the custom battles,
if you can be bothered to do story mode,
yeah.
Because if people come up to me and just like, I haven't been bothered to do it, I'm like, fair enough.
If you can be bothered to do your own custom battles, Jesus Christ, that can take a while to learn. And but obviously you got online mode, and people like to have challenging fights. That's something that is new for Sparking Zero because it's online mode. But even then, that still has its problems with delays, and even people online will complain about that.
And the over-reliance on sparking.
And even
if we could, I mean, Jesus Christ, we might as well talk about online mode now.
I was gonna say, we're getting into it. But I want to can I just say one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
Because another thing that was also, because I remember you saying off screen ages ago that with Xeno's challenges. It wasn't like the challenge mode where you remember in like the old games where it was like I don't know, it might have been a Big Card 3, but Tenkaichi 3 had its own version where it was like it might have been Korin's Tower, and you had all these set of challenges.
And they had the red ribbon shit.
Yeah, and you'd complete a certain fight in a certain way. That's how Xeno's challenges should have been. But it wasn't that. It was just his challenges were doing like story modes in a certain way, play a certain character a certain amount of times, and stuff like that.
Grinding.
Yeah, it was like grinding type challenges.
Not specific stuff.
Because you'd get the Dragon Balls that way too. But man, when you get the Dragon Balls, his wishes are very disappointing.
Yeah, I think
so disappointing.
The most damning thing about this game is that there's not a lot to do in this game, which is kind of fair to the Tenkaichi games because I don't remember there being a lot of modes in that one. To be fair, but the problem is that everything is so easy to unlock.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous how in like 10 hours of gameplay, without even trying, I unlocked almost all the characters.
The story mode does actually give you a lot of Zenny, but it's like just enough to get most of those characters.
I get that people are going to want to play as characters from the get-go.
From the get-go, yeah.
People might not want to grind through a story mode to unlock them. Granted, but there still should have been a lot more unlocks of some other kind to make it worth it, but there really wasn't, and whatever was there was just really easy to get.
Most of the wishes from Shenron and Purunga were just like Zenny.
Money, yeah.
Fair enough, but like, because that was also a thing in the old games.
Yeah.
But like, it was just like titles for your online like stamps and stuff.
Yeah.
And a couple of costumes here and there for Roshi and Yamcha and Vegeta, and that was it.
And I get, well, you said people want to play their favourite characters from the offset. I get that. But I can't help but feel like characters like Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta deserve a little bit more fanfare than just buy them in a shop.
Yeah, it's true.
Because one of the reasons why you work so hard to get the Dragon Balls in Tenkaichi game was to get those characters.
Cool unlocks.
They felt like significant, like I've earned this.
I mean, fuck, even Xenoverse managed that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
They managed that.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
So all the characters I've unlocked, I barely played as any of them because there's no.
Yeah.
I just got them all at once, and there was no fanfare. There was no congratulations. There was nothing.
I am still in the middle of trying to play as every character, but I've just been trying to find special dialogues here and there. But some of the special dialogues are still kind of disappointing. With characters I would expect, they don't have. But characters I don't expect, like for example, Garlic Jr. against Zamasu, he has special dialogue. Yeah. Rilo against Jiro, that's fucking cool.
That is cool.
But that was a special dialogue I never would have expected.
Yeah.
Even Dabura against Goku Black. I just did loads of Goku Black's ones lately, and he said something to Barbady, Dabura, Oob. Like, they have special dialogue. It's weird. But characters you'd think would have special dialogue don't. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, so... But yeah, going back onto online, was there something you want to say quickly?
I can't fucking remember. That's fine, go ahead.
Okay, online.
I was just saying, we could talk about the absolute broken train.
I was going to say, we should end it soon, but yeah, like... it's 45 minutes of just negativity.
Online is very I've seen loads of people go charge up, spam, spam. And anyone who's played a Dragon Ball game knows that there's sort of like an honor system among fans. Yeah. There's like a code. It's an unspoken thing. People online aren't going to abide by that though. They will just spam because it's readily available. So
there just needs to be a little setting that says ultimates use once.
Yeah.
One time.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think you can set your own conditions in certain modes for the online mode.
I haven't seen that.
Especially for World Tournament Online, I think.
Maybe I haven't touched World Tournament Online, but I tried to go into Quick Play. Quick Play places you in a queue. which is the literal opposite of what quick is supposed to mean. So I don't know what happened there. Ranked match is hilarious, right? So I haven't done my proper research on this. This is just going off what I've experienced, right? But ranked match, your rank goes up whether you win or lose.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can have a player that has won. Let's say you play 100 matches. You can have a player that wins 100 matches, and you can have a player that's lost 100 matches, but they will still be similar rank to each other.
Yeah.
Because you still reap the rewards of the ranked matches, which means even if you've lost 100 matches, you're still going up against people that are way above your.
That's like the polar opposite of what a ranked match is supposed to be. Yeah.
Granted, I'm pretty sure that you get less points for your ranking if you lose, but you still get something, which is like, okay, fair enough. What's it called? A commiseration prize for your time at least, but that still means that if you lose enough matches, you're going to be doomed to be put into a lobby full of people that are way above your level. And it just leads to a miserable time. That, or you're playing up against people that just love to go sparking and just...
And that's it.
And just spam you over and over again, which is not fun.
Also, they haven't put much thought into how ranked works, I think.
The thing is, though, they said from the start...
it was not going to be a competitive game or something like that.
They said there is not balance.
There's no balance, yeah, that's it.
No balance,
which
is why when I went online, 90% of the time I was up against Gogetas and Vegetos.
Yeah.
Which already start off with an extra bar of health. And I get it. If you want to play as a superpower character, play as a superpower character. But once you go online, those fusion characters are already starting off with an extra bar of health compared to everyone else.
Again, this shit could be solved real easy with a setting.
Yeah.
Just a setting, a balanced setting.
Yeah. Exactly, just balance it out. And I don't know, they gave Yajirobe a boon. Or they gave Yajirobe a little bit of a benefit where his sparking mode was just infinite, basically.
They nerfed him though, didn't they?
Yeah, they had to take that out because people were abusing it. But the issue wasn't with Yajirobe. The issue was with your sparking mode. People just spam
first time I played online, I was great at Vegeta in Tournament Power, and someone was Yajirobe. I beat him fucking no problem. Yajirobe was nothing. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I had no idea Yajirobe was a powerful character in the game.
He must have just been really good.
Maybe I must have been lucky. Yeah, literally, but just pathetic.
Yajirobe was. I think you had the benefit of being a giant character.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but even then,
because he could stun lock you, I imagine. But
I haven't had too much issues with online and trying to match someone online. I think I did for a while in the beginning.
Yeah.
It took me a while to connect with someone, and when I did, there would be laggy issues and stuff like that, or someone would quit, or someone would somehow disconnect. But whenever I did have online matches, I have, for the most part, I have actually enjoyed it and have won a fair few fights. I've had my ass kicked a good few times, but I then suddenly get to switch it up somehow in the middle of the fight, and sometimes I do turn giant as a last resort if I have a giant character in my DP team.
Oh god, yeah, that was something else I want to complain about.
the DP mode thing.
But not necessarily the DP mode. Your only options are single character, or the DP mode.
Yeah.
You can't have a team battle with characters you want.
Yeah.
There is no option for that.
No.
Which is very.
Only on World Tournament, I think that's allowed. I think.
Oh really? Is that a tournament? That's only on certain tournaments though, as well.
I think so. Yeah.
Because most tournaments don't allow you to have teams.
It's really dumb.
I see. I kind of understand that because of just to save people from overpowering each other.
Yeah.
People using fucking powerful fucking characters.
Yeah, you could have a team with just Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Blue Gogeta, Vegeta, Blue Vegeta.
Yeah, normal Gogeta. Yeah. Like Z Gogeta.
Z Gogeta, and then Ultra Instinct Goku just to finish.
Yeah, so I think that's clever, and I think that only option is in one of the World Tournament modes. So, but it does annoy me sometimes. I want to use this certain character with this character. I'm like, I can't have to use someone weaker. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, and in DP battle, is there a method to change how much DP you can use?
I don't think there is, because I think there used to be, wasn't there?
I don't know, because I couldn't find a setting. I couldn't find a setting for that. It was just locked at 15, I think, something like that, or 30. I don't know. It just seemed to be locked.
Yeah, it'd be locked at 15 for some reason. Yeah, I don't know how you can up that.
Why can't you change it?
You know what? Again, something I've noticed over this whole discussion about different individual topics in the game, just a lack of customization options throughout different modes.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh god, that's one thing. Just to wrap this up. Yeah, because we're going on a bit too much now, and I had a feeling we would. Yeah, customization options. That's one of the biggest things that I've seen fans like complain about online, is the lack of customization for characters. Like, there's just not enough costumes for certain characters. There's not enough like accessories to add. There's just halos for certain characters. Which is probably one or two characters, which is Goku and Vegeta, probably, and Gogeta.
No alternate colours.
No alternate.
No alternate colours.
See, I'm gonna be honest. Alternate colours, I'm not that fussed about, because alternate colours in most Dragon Ball games were fucking ugly.
They should just be there by principle, though, shouldn't they?
Yeah,
Like,
you could have a colour palette wheel you could change around,
Sure,
maybe. Give us that option at least. I'd rather have that than have to go for these ugly sets.
Don't get me wrong, Tenkaichi 3 had some really ugly colours, like just terrible choices.
Yeah.
But it did have some really cool ones as well.
Dabura with a green cape.
Green cape,
I think that colour
really
palette.
cool.
See, the only one I actually didn't mind was Omega Shenron's black skin, because it reminded me of Heroes. Before Heroes made it there.
Yes.
Nova Shenron, he was white. Really
See,
reflective white. He looked really cool.
Didn't mind that. He should have been blue, just to make it more like Ice Shenron. Since Ice Shenron wasn't in it.
Yeah, but that would just make me miss Ice Shenron.
Yeah, but even then.
Didn't even have his red colour, though, didn't they? That's
you could have had that. Like, it's weird that.
Yeah.
So
character who isn't even in this game anyway, so fuck him. That's a shame.
But stuff like that, like, you could. I'm hoping they'll add later, because there's just so many costumes. Like, where's Team Gohan's costume with Goku's gi?
Watch yourself, because these things, I could see them being like costume packs.
Yeah.
Pay $5.
Oh yeah, I reckon they'll do that. Like, same with characters that should have been from the get go.
I might quit the game if they do that.
Yeah, I reckon they'll do that with Super 17, and Pycon and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I get that, because it's like, that's a character. But I mean, if they start doing like costume packs, like Street Fighter 6 or something, I'm gonna be like, nah.
On the plus side, I hope they'll look to Xenoverse 2. Because Xenoverse 2 had a healthy chunk of 3 updates as well.
Yeah.
Which gave a whole slew of
Still
costumes.
going.
Different costumes for your characters.
Yeah, and it's still going. So I do see this happening for Sparking Zero.
There's so many costumes they could do for this Sparking Zero.
This video could very well be null and void.
Very soon, actually.
Quite soon,
Yeah.
But for now,
I think generally us saying, though, a lack of customization, not just with character clothes and stuff like that, I just mean in general, in the modes, in the store, everything. There's just a lack of hands-on customization.
There's a lack of things to win. There's a lack of things there's a lack of reasons for me to actually play.
And I don't like that your health bars, the items for them, only go up to a certain amount. But in the story mode, you have certain like fights where it's completely full.
Yeah.
But you can't.
They don't want too long, if anything.
But you can't put them. Yeah, but that's the thing. The fights in duel mode are too short.
Yeah.
Because of how quick your health goes down.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted to find all the health items I could get to put them all in there. But even then, it's like, unless you put your to the highest difficulty, your fights will be over in less than a minute. So they need to still work on the game a little bit. This is why I'm kind of thankful for next gen games, because this game has potential to be at its best. It's the game that people want it to be at its best.
I gotta say,
get some patches in there and update it all, and see what DLC does later.
It just takes a few updates. At least we haven't got to wait a year for Sparking Zero 2 to come out and then just pay an extra.
Because they don't need to do a sequel, not for at least a long while.
No. I think there's a space for a Xenoverse 3 in between them. And
I'm a real stickler for I have to admit though, there's so many games nowadays that come out half baked and then they
use that as kind of excuse.
Yeah, let's do the post-launch patching and the updates and the DLC and stuff, and it's because we want to fix the game or bring it up to an acceptable standard. I hate that. What the fuck is with game companies nowadays? You know what I mean? Just release a perfect game, all in one go.
And considering how much you pay for new full game now,
it's really pisses
you're
me
paying
off.
for an unfinished game.
And I'm more annoyed because we've done so many commentaries about this game leading up to it, getting really hyped, and then it ends up being a bit a bit mid.
But this is what I mean. I know that
the gameplay is there, though.
The gameplay's there,
and I'll be honest, that was their biggest focus.
Yeah.
So everything else, I understand why it was lacklusting and stuff, but even then, it's
The what if mode was never going to be their biggest focus because that's where Xenoverse is, and that's still going.
Yeah, true.
Same with, you can argue the same with the customization options as well. But as a sandbox fighting, it's not.
Even Tekken 83 had customization to its peak.
As that,
you can really overpower your character.
It does its job. You know what I mean? It does what it says on the tin. But I know you said their focus was on like the gameplay. They should have expanded their focus. You know what I mean? Like, I get you want to make the gameplay good.
That's why I'm thinking they should have given it another year.
They fucking should have. That's what I said in one of our previous commentaries.
I know. But it's like, I just really wanted the game, you know? Everyone did, you know?
They really wanted to get a hold of it.
That's it, you know? Like,
they could have done, like, an open beta or something. Like, I mean, did they do something like that?
I don't know if they did, you know?
They just did a load of demos at conventions and stuff.
Fair.
Which were all about improving the gameplay, which they did indefinitely. Like,
they did.
Because we were lucky enough to see that transition of...
Through all the trailers and gameplays
the wonky-looking Super Saiyan 3 wind pose and all that.
Shit like that.
Oh, another thing with gameplay mechanics. I think the one gameplay mechanics that needs tweaking. Twerking? I almost said twerking. Fuck's sake. Yeah, Wheeler's just twerking, like, with his tail out. Like, Giants. Now, I know you said Giants were always clunky. They were hard to play with as. I find them easy in Tekken 3. But in this game, Jesus Christ, in this game...
They're a bit hard, aren't they?
Very hard. You need to get your opponent up in the air so you can actually hit them.
Yeah.
Because they are so gigantic.
On the ground, you barely hit them. They just go right over their heads.
Yeah.
That never happened in the old game.
Have you seen Janemba compared to Wheelo?
Yeah.
Janemba is fucking massive.
Yeah.
If you put them in... before you go into the fight, and you have them, like, lining up...
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Janemba is a fucking massive bastard. So, yeah, I feel like they kind of need to downscale the Giants a little bit just so it's easier to use them. Because otherwise they are fun. I mean, I enjoy using Wheelo. I enjoy using, like, Slug and all that. Great Vegeta is fun. But, I mean, Baby Vegeta is obviously good fun.
We kind of predicted...
Janemba's probably the
predicted
hardest, but
this from the get-go.
Yeah.
About the Giants being a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I've always found that.
It's a shame, really. I do wish they were... this game especially, they feel more heavy, definitely, compared to the... Because the PS2 games, they were kind of snappy.
Yeah.
They felt fast like everyone else.
They felt easier to use,
Easier to use.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't say I felt that. I've always felt like Giants were clunky and...
I've always felt that in the old games, they were just a little bit slower than regular-sized characters. But in this game, it feels like there's a whole different... I don't know, like, balance of mechanics going on, like something's different. I don't know what, I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
The only mechanic I really want them to outright change is the beam struggles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we haven't really talked about the fucking
clashes,
the clashes,
all the other clashes. Yeah.
So I love the ones they've added. I really like the ones where you try and use the throw at the same time. You lock hands.
Yeah.
I can never get it right because it's an entirely different. You gotta like. It build up a gauge and when you press a button, and then you got to press it again.
I heard you have to hold, watch it go up, and then release.
Let go,
and then it keeps going, and you have to keep bringing it up and releasing before it hits the edge.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's how you do the beam struggle one, but the beam struggle one is just difficult.
Yeah,
The problem with the
I win it by accident.
The problem with the beam struggle one is like it's that gauge. It's the Budokai 3 one, so you would.
It is kind of like that,
but it's a beam struggle. It's a big cinematic thing. I want to watch.
I want to see it. I don't want to have to concentrate. Yeah.
I want to see this big climactic beam struggle going on, but my vision is fully focused on this little bar on the bottom.
How else really would they handle it?
I don't understand why.
The analog stick.
No. That's the thing. I think in one of the controls you can set that, but you can change it as just the button.
Okay, fair enough.
And I think that might have been the meter one, but why wasn't the button one just the button mashing one? No meter or anything, just button mash one button, or like all of them, like Raging Blast. One of the
I still like the analog stick one, even if it did destroy a number of controllers.
It really does.
Yeah, but at least give us the setting option to switch the button out, where it was like it was one of the buttons instead of the analog.
mashing works, or I don't know. There's got to be off the top of my head, I can't think of anything, but there's got to be
because the analog is just for the fighting mechanic for some reason. The fighting clash.
Yeah.
And they fight fast, but that's it.
Yeah.
But obviously it's button and then the analog because of the clash thing you do.
I don't know why it's the way it is, but
yeah,
I don't know what else they would have done.
I do hope they tweak those clashes a little bit, especially the beam struggle one, definitely 100%. Yeah. I haven't even done a big ball one yet. like Spirit Bomb and like I don't know the minus the Shenron one.
They don't happen as often as I thought they would. Honestly,
yeah,
going into the game.
It kind of it's not as fun.
When it does happen, I'm like, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, like I want to like enjoy myself with the beam struggle.
In the old game, you were kind of like, here it comes. He's going to do it. Like, you're getting ready for it.
It's like I said earlier, you knew how to time it, because you knew they were going to fire it.
Yeah.
As soon as you went sparking, they'd fire it straight away.
Yeah.
But then in this game, they go sparking, you know they're going to fucking do something, and you're trying to back away. By the time they fire theirs, they do it straight away. There's not enough time to come back and actually do it back at them.
I know.
Because it comes in so quick.
It's really quick.
You have to avoid it. It is so frustrating. Oh.
Lots of negativity.
It is. Do you know what? It is a shame. Like I kind of was hoping this review was going to be a little bit more positive than the negative, but like, yeah, I didn't expect us to really backlash it.
Gameplay's fine. Character roster is acceptable, and presentation, the graphics, and all that wonderful, beautiful, really stunning.
Yeah.
I mean, not enough stages. And there's a couple of problems and stuff, and it extends more into the lack of content.
It's a great Dragon Ball Z playbox.
Yeah,
coated in mediocrity.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's just trapped in this shell of meh.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
and you got to dig deep to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, it has potential to be worked on. I really hope that they don't stop at it, because if Xenoverse hasn't stopped being worked on, same with Kakarot, why should Sparking Zero be stopped?
They've got to do it fast as well, man. I mean, I'll also add on top of that, like the only people that would have been interested in playing Sparking Zero were the people like us that played Tenkaichi games, when we were kids, when we had considerably more free time.
For sure.
There was a lot of high hopes for it. That's why, because of all that.
Yeah, but you got to understand, people our age group, got full-time jobs now. A lot of them have families. They have a lot more commitments. So, yes, they're not going to have a free time to play this kind of game. But, I think it's also kind of down to the game where it's just like, well, that's all the reason why you've got to work harder to hook people in and
get people back in there.
Yeah, and good gameplay is not enough, especially if you're one of the best secrets or selling points of the game and you're locking it behind an unplayable scenario, Gohan Black, where he's just not even playable. What is with Dragon Ball games and having unplayable final bosses is insanity to me right now.
I know.
Especially in a game like this that doesn't have balancing in the first place. Give us a super boss for all I care.
Yeah.
It's absolutely baffling why this is like that. And then Bandai went on a hunting trip for modders.
Yeah.
They were on a warpath.
They went on a warpath.
Banning left and right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, well, if you just put this stuff in the game originally, it's in the game.
They click. I thought that was deliberate for PC.
No fun allowed.
Because that's to show what fans want to see.
I understand. Game companies, they want to protect their property. Absolutely fine. Go for it. But two things. One, to get these mods, you have to buy the game anyway. So, are you really losing out on this?
Yeah.
And secondly, the assets are already in the game.
Yeah, because they uncovered GT Vegeta was meant to be in this. There was something uncovered about it as well.
Heard, yeah.
You have a Supreme Kai model. You have a Zeno model. You have Champa. You have a Champa model.
Yep.
Goku Black. All of these characters are in there. Goku Black has a full move set. You fight against him, but he's not playable.
I'm telling you.
That's another thing of customization as well. Like, why were the super moves and stuff like changeable in the story mode? Where, like, I don't know, the early Goku, because obviously he didn't have Kaioken against Raditz, they gave him the Meteor Crash instead that Super Saiyan Goku had. Why couldn't we have done that in customization then, if it was only restricted to story?
I did like the detail where Trunks in the Tournament of Power arc, he doesn't have his
sword.
Because no weapons are allowed, so he has his heat dome attack.
Yeah.
I wish they'd given him something original, but...
Yeah, he should have... Do you know what? He should have been in his armour for that tournament, and then he would have had the short hair in his armour. How sick would that have been? He would have looked badass again, though.
I think he should have had the armour with the blue hair.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would have done it for that arc. I think his attack should have been the father-son Gallic gun.
But yeah,
I think Tenkaichi 4 fan game is fine and can rest easy. People will still play that, believe me.
Yeah.
And I think that
they're taking a break now, I think.
Yeah, they were like, when it came out, and now they're like, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say some heinous shit now, real quick. I'm gonna say that
for it.
as far as longevity, grabbing me, keeping me playing goes, I would still rather play Xenoverse 2.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Which is going to piss some people off.
No, I will go as far to say that I think Xenoverse 2 had more love and care put into it.
Yes, absolutely.
Over the long term.
For sure.
Because I will say that if we looked at base Xenoverse 2, then it could be a little bit of a
I still think there was love there, though. You know what I mean? There was thought behind it.
I remember having a lot of issues when Xenoverse 2 came out.
Yeah, sure. But Content City, though.
Yeah, but I think what you get in customization and freedom in Xenoverse 2, you lose in presentation and actual gameplay in...
Yes.
Which might be that whole, game plan was like Sparking Zero could never be the perfect Dragon Ball game because they still have their hooks in the Xenoverse.
It depends what you're looking for.
It does depend what you're looking for. I think if you have both games like we do, then you are living a good time of being a Dragon Ball fan. But I would say Xenoverse 2 has...
It's got a not too shabby roster now. It's got plenty of content now.
Great roster.
So
but
it doesn't have.
This is why I hope Sparking Zero gets a similar treatment to add characters later down the line.
It is upsetting though to think that with Sparking Zero we might have to strap in for several years of fucking updates and DLC until it's finally at a stage where we can say, "Oh yeah, this is good shit."
Well, you could say that about Kakarot. They're still doing shit for that because now they're
fell out of Kakarot, bro.
Do you know what? I think I'm not gonna lie. Kakarot for me, Sparking
we
Zero.
We could have a whole conversation.
We should have wrapped this up.
What's the best Dragon Ball game?
That's what I mean.
No,
we should do a discussion of just all the games.
That could be a good shout. Let us know in the comments below if you actually want to see that, guys. But I need to wrap this up quickly.
Yeah.
Sparking Zero, I still have a lot of love for it, just because it's a game I've wanted since Tenkaichi 3.
I just need to play some more.
I want to play some more. I need some more content added to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still play it now every now and again just to get some characters, dialogue going and stuff like that. I'm still trying to find my way with it, and I've sort of mastered it now, the gameplay and fighting and stuff. But if we're going on the whole thing of what we prefer to play, I'd still rather play Sparking Zero over Xenoverse. Because Xenoverse is once in a blue moon I play now, depending on the story content, and I'll only buy the story content if it's on the cheap.
Yeah, but if we were playing it regularly in co-op...
Because that story content could be done in like fucking 2 hours, less than that. The new content they bring out. Now with Kakarot, I went back to play Kakarot because I bought the new season pass that had Bardock and End of Z and Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Mate, I had fucking fun with that. I really enjoyed that DLC, and that kept me going for a good couple of weeks.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I would rather play Kakarot over Xenoverse, genuinely, which is why I'm excited for Daima. I mean, I am and I'm not, because Daima hasn't really... At the time of this recording, it's on like, what, episode 6 or something like that, or 7, 8, and barely anything in Daima has happened yet, so I'm a bit worried what they're going to do for the game.
It just depends on what you're looking for in a Dragon Ball game.
Yeah.
But
I think... For me, Kakarot and Sparking Zero... Yes, Kakarot and Sparking Zero, I can play maybe side by side. Sparking Zero probably more, but yeah. Xenoverse is a hit and a miss for me because it's once in a while things will come into it. You know, and they don't do nothing with few. I mean, they seem to be building up something with few now, finally, but it's like it was just like random bits here and there happening just for the sake of adding new characters.
But I think those random bits are much better than the... I think those random bits are better than a quite repetitious formula of that Sparking Zero offers, where it's, again, especially with the story mode, where it's just like fight very quickly by repeating the same method.
Well, this is why there should have been some sort of challenge mode.
I agree, there should be a challenge mode.
In your Tenkaichi 3
you can have a muscle tower.
Yeah.
And, different levels, or just add different win conditions.
I doubt it. This is visual thinking, but I'm hoping they add add more story content for Sparking Zero, like they are doing for Kakarot and Xenoverse.
Hopefully,
if superheroes coming in, it'd be cool to have Beast against Cell Max. Fucking get Broly and Gogeta in there because you were marketing that in the beginning.
But the problem with that is like
Beerus and Resurrection F were really lacking as well for the story.
They were lacking, and I believe that
they did fuck all with their fights.
They could add whole chapters to the story mode, but they'll only add on what stuff at the beginning or the end. They might add some Dragon Ball original
Dragon Ball would have had some insane waves.
Or they'll add the Broly stuff and the superhero stuff, but they won't fix the bits that are missing in between.
The middle, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, Sparking Zero, like...
I also think it doesn't help that I think it's safe to say we all did overhype it.
I'm going to be honest. I do think that was what I was worried about. That was the one thing I was worried about. And the minute I got into that game, it was difficult from the start.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to get into it.
But it was justifiably overhyped.
Yeah.
You know?
It was the game to be excited for.
If there's anything falling short, it's the fault of the developer.
Yeah.
Not fucking... They came up short at the end of the day. They had a lot to live up to, and there's no excuse, really, in my book.
I do think fans are partly to blame because there's a lot of over-expectation through it. But devs, I think
fans are to blame for ruining online for not following the honor system.
That's true.
I do agree that I do think the devs did try their best with this.
They tried their best, but...
they had, because like you said, they had a lot to live up to. And it's like, and I think they've done fine with that, but they could still work on it.
It has a lack of soul to me currently.
Yeah,
and I feel like even when I go onto the menu, I feel the sort of plasticky nature of it. You know, in the old games, I know, really big nitpicky complaint, but you know, you'd go on, you get those little comic book animated style menus with voices. In the new game, it's just 3D models all over the place, like Gary's mod, and it makes me cringe a bit, you know.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind.
Apart from Supreme Kai just staring into me.
Yeah. That's another thing. By the way, just going back on the characters and models, and they should have been in it because their models are there. Supreme Kai, you know, the only way we're going to get played with Supreme Kai is because of Daima. We're going to get the Daima version. Yeah. And he's going to be chibi. That's probably why they didn't put Supreme Kai in to be playable, because they wanted a chibi version. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want Z Supreme Kai. I wanted to pin him against Zamasu, man. See if they had any special dialogue then. Oh man, yeah, it was. I don't know.
We could go on forever.
It was never going to be perfect.
It was never going to be perfect. No game is, but it's just like.
I remember when, you know, like it was just a couple of days before, and reviews started coming out, and it was scoring like 7s, and people were throwing so much shit, and now I'm like,
I get it.
7 doesn't seem like such a bad score now, does it? It seems pretty accurate.
Pretty fair, yeah.
But it sold the copies. It made
copies.
What, 3 billion copies?
Not billion, no.
3 million, definitely.
Not half a planet.
3 million, 3 million.
Yeah, 3 million copies.
That's a decent amount.
But that's a decent amount. But as I said, 90% decided it wasn't worth playing more than 2 weeks in.
I have to admit, I think that might be more that they wrote people in with the name and the nostalgia bait.
Yeah.
And they got that was where all the sales came from. Then they played it for like a week and a half and went, fuck it. You know, that's kind of unfortunate.
I mean, think of it this way.
I feel like story mode is probably to blame because of how hard it was most of the time.
We all got this game on the same console because we were all like, we're going to go online. We're going to play together. Have we played together online yet?
No.
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
We may.
I want to still do a video of us 3 playing online together because we know it'll be a really good laugh.
But I just haven't had the chance.
It's telling. It is telling that we can't, like...
Yeah.
I moved on unashamedly quickly onto other things. And I enjoyed those other things more than I did this.
It's kind of sad, isn't it?
That I didn't fucking have to pay for it. A friend gifted me a code he had. He got 2 codes and he went, "Do you want one?" So I was like,
lucky bastard, man. Fuck's sake, man. Oh, yeah, Sparking Zero should have been delayed. I'm thankful that we have it.
Yeah.
It has potential to be at its peak. But yeah, unfortunately, there's more negatives more than positives.
You have to judge it how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't expect there to be a lot of negatives in this video.
It's just
because I do enjoy it. I still do enjoy it at times.
I'm saying the gameplay is peak. But there's not enough surrounding the gameplay to justify it.
Yeah.
There's just not enough to do.
Like I said earlier as well, lacklustre stages as well. We need more stages. Needs to get more patched. I don't know why there was lacking of stages.
Yeah. There's not enough. There's not enough stages. There's not enough to do, and there's not enough reason for me to keep playing it because, like I said, I unlocked almost every character.
No problem.
No problem. Straight away with very little fanfare, and you know, unlocking those characters was one of the biggest, you know, achievements.
Yeah.
Achievements in the old games.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
It is a shame.
I don't know.
Look, just end the video.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We'll have to come back and figure out like what we're going to talk about if it gets patched or updated or something new about it comes out, or we just wait until we do gameplay videos.
Yeah, we definitely want to come back and do like online gaming videos because we reckon we'd have a really good laugh on that.
I think if we were playing some online matches and repeatedly, we might form opinions about shit that we didn't think before or something. We'd be like, this is a, so we'll just wait and see.
Negativity does hang in the mind a lot easier than positivity.
Yeah.
So what if I'm playing the game again? I'll be like, actually.
We've also just had a survey to fill out that Bandai released for fans to give feedback on Sparking Zero, and I filled the hell out of that just so I did my input, and I felt like I've made a difference. Hopefully,
you made a difference.
I want just
next
so
patch,
but
special thank you to you.
Hopefully, yeah. I wrote down a lot. It's just so because I just want this game to be really good, like better than what it is now. Has so much potential. Right.
Rebuff Yajirobe.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I guess we'll end it here. I was hoping it wouldn't go on for this long, but it has.
I think it was always going to go on.
We knew we were going to have so much to say. We've probably still missed a few things. But
absolutely.
Like,
get to him in the comments.
Get to it in the comments, guys. Please let us know in the comments below what we've missed, what your opinions were on the game, because we'd love to hear your thoughts. There's probably so much things we've missed out that I'm sure you guys would like to share. Please let us know in the comments below. Please do drop a like if you have enjoyed our review on this. Sorry it was a bit more negative more than how positive it was. Regardless of the few positive things we did get to say.
Yeah.
And do subscribe if you want to see us come back and do more discussion videos like this in future. Because we definitely want to go back, like we said, for the online fights we want to do with each other. And we definitely want to come back and do a review on Dragon Ball Daima as well. Once all the episodes, I think we're going to wait till all the episodes are out because
just talk about it in one go.
One sitting, just give it a whole big review on that. So Daima, I reckon, probably won't finish until maybe in the new year. We've still got quite a few episodes to go, but at the time of this recording,
there'll be other Dragon Ball content. For sure.
Hopefully, there'll be some much more new content coming soon. Indeed. I'm sure I'll definitely want to do maybe talks on DLC trailers. Like
we got that new mobile game.
Oh boy.
I think I've heard about that. I don't know what it is, but
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
We always chat shit about Dragon Ball.
Yeah. So do look forward to having us come back together and chat shit about how shit Dragon Ball is.
Absolutely.
Nowadays. So look forward to that. Until then, guys, take care. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.